Girly Ready Chicken Swirlies, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I love you so much. How are you? I love hearing from you. You can chat to me below. If I don't get back to you below, you can always DM me on Instagram. I always say that because I see you in my lifestyle and comments, and I love you, I love you, I love you. Literally sitting down to talk to you is just my favorite time ever. Favorite time of the week. I know I did miss you last week. Let's not talk about it. I'm sorry, I hate when I miss a week, but I always miss a week. But anyway, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're here, and today we are talking about getting the coil. I got the coil, and I came off the pill. So this is all about the pill, the coil. I'm gonna put a trigger warning straight away. Trigger warning if you're squeamish at all, because I am gonna talk about the coil, in the insertion. I'm squeamish, so it just makes me like, ooh. And also we are gonna talk about, very openly, body image, relationship with body image, my relationship with my body, etc. That also plays into like why I've done all this, etc. So that's just a trigger warning, because I know it's a very sensitive topic and it can trigger many. So under the umbrella of food, weight, body, etc., we are going to be talking about, just to let you know. But this is a safe space, and I love you so much, and always ask me anything. You know that. You can ask me anything and I'll try my best to get back to you. I have questions from you on Instagram about it all. I just said literally, I got the coil, I've come off the pill, what are your questions? So what I'm going to do is tell you my, from the beginning, and then why I'm changing, and then getting the coil. So starting the pill, why I decided to come off the pill and get the coil instead. And then I'm going to answer any questions that story doesn't answer. Whew, I need to breathe. Get your cup of tea, get your water, get a glass of wine if you like. I actually should get myself a glass of wine just to like relive this. Like, my coil experience was wild, so I'm going to tell you all about it, but I should have a bottle of wine to get through this storytelling. But anyway, but it is midday, so we're not going to do that. I'll drink a glass of wine to celebrate my coil later, okay? So let's begin. Oh, for reference, before I even begin, why? Oh my god, every video is for reference. Like, I'm not doing Zara right now. I got the coil about a month ago. Let's begin back. 16-year-old me, I was put on the pill. I have a little bit of a problem with the system now as a 26-year-old girl, looking back on it, that we're all just handed the pill willy-nilly. It's just kind of sad, because I feel like we're left without much knowledge and much help, but we all just are put on it. So I went on the pill. It wasn't for my skin. I know a lot of people do go on it for their skin. I got a boyfriend, and everyone was on the pill. Everyone was on the pill. Everyone goes on the pill. I wanted to go on the pill. I wanted safe contraception, of course. That's very important. Very important to practice safe sex, girlies. Even though I would have been using condoms, I wanted the pill as a backup. I'm being I'm always very honest, but this is going to be a very honest conversation. But anyway, so 16-year-old me is put on the pill. I was put on Yaz. I think I did Yasmin, but I ended up on Yaz for 10 years. I only just sitting down realized it was 10 years, because I was 16. I thought it was like 7 years. I'm 26 years old. I was on that pill for almost 10 years. No, you know what? Maybe 9 years. Under 10, but still. That is crazy to me. That is wild to me. Yes, that's a very long time to be on the pill. The pill was great up until very recently, and it's this year that made me think, I'm coming off that pill, I'm not doing it anymore. I am a believer that we all go through a second puberty, 100%. So on the pill, as a young one, as a young gal, I was fit, I was able, my skin was great, my weight was fine, everything was fine. The pill did not cause me any side effects, is what I'm trying to say. No, the pill did not give me any side effects. I loved the regular periods. Like, it is great. I know it's great. It really does have its benefits. But for 10 years, it just kind of feels wrong to me that I did it that long, and I just didn't realize, you know? So no side effects at all. I had really happy, easy periods, not crazy pains, just your regular pains, what we all gotta go through. I'm very blessed and lucky that I have, as far as I know, healthy periods, healthy ovaries, all that, you know. I don't have endometriosis, I don't have PCOS, I don't have any of that stuff. And sending all my love to anyone that does struggle with ovaries, fertility, etc. As far as I know, I'm okay in that region. I've never had any problems, is basically what I'm saying. And I'm very grateful for that. So coming back to second puberty, no side effects. And then I'm convinced, I'm a strong believer in second puberty. My metabolism, I think I went through a second puberty this year. My metabolism isn't what it used to be, which is fine, that's fine. Like, I'm 26 years old. That's, you know, I'm not gonna have the metabolism of my 15-year-old self, that's fine. These are just things I started to notice. My metabolism mainly, and I did notice weight gain in myself and really bloated water retention. And I constantly look puffy. Like even when I look back on some of my vlogs this year, I'm like, whoa, like what? Like I'm just so, in my eyes, I'm puffy. I can see it in my face, I can see it in my neck. We know I have an insecurity about my neck, but I can see this puffiness, and like my boobs were like bloated. Like it didn't just feel like a little healthy weight gain, it felt like bloating everywhere. Like everywhere felt swollen is how I describe it. So this year was when I realized, okay, something's not going on here, and I'm starting to put it down to the pill, because I also noticed my appetite like shot up. Again, second puberty, that's normal, it's fine. We are growing adults. I'm a growing woman. We need to fuel ourselves. Nutrition is everything. But it was at a rate that nothing was filling me. Nothing was filling me. My usual breakfast was not filling me. I would drink so much water, like nothing was filling me. And then I'd have my normal breakfast, then I'd have another meal then, just because I still felt, okay, I'm still hungry, I need to fuel my body. No, even then it was just hungry. I was obsessed with food. I actually became obsessive about food this year. As in, just constantly like, what am I gonna eat next? When's my next meal? And all this kind of stuff. And that I just knew was not me. So long story short, my God, sorry, I talk a lot. Long story short, this year I decided I'm coming off the pill. I don't like all these hormones I'm taking every day. Yeah, I was just over it. I don't really know why it made me think the pill. You know what? It was because then when I noticed my weight gain, and weight gain is healthy, happy, that's perfect. But I more so noticed when I couldn't really knock it, and I couldn't knock this crazy appetite. I was like, there's something else going on. And I put it down to the pill. So I decided a few months ago I was gonna come off the pill. And then I was thinking, what else am I gonna do though? Because I still want some form of very secure birth control. Or contraception, whatever we wanna call it. Birth control feels very American of me to say, but it is what it is. So I decided I'd get the coil. Didn't want the bar. I'd been told that the bar can scar. And I just hadn't heard the most amazing things about the bar. So the bar was never in my mind really. And the coil was always in my mind. There is the ring, you can get the ring. Now, I'm not a professional, I'm just telling you what I've learned. There is a ring that you can get. I went for the coil. I went for the Marina coil. Obviously, there's the Jades, there's Coil or something, there's smaller ones. I went for Marina. It's what my doctor felt was right for me. It's what we just both thought, okay, let's go. Get me my glass of wine. So I get the prescription for the coil. I go to Boots, I pick up my coil. Obviously I don't have it now, it's inside of me. But when you buy the coil, it costs me 150 euro. I'm sick. Apparently it's free now. Apparently it's free in Ireland, or it's going to be, and I just paid 150 euro. But anyway, it's fine. The box is like this big because what you're buying is the tiny little coil, but the insertion, so is this guy, okay? So if you just Google it, you'll see what it looks like, or your doctor will show you what it looks like before you go and buy one and everything. It's just a long piece that obviously is how it's done. Put it inside you. That didn't freak me out. Honestly, that didn't freak me out yet. I wasn't freaking at all. I went in there cool, calm, collected. I had been told that the pain or the experience is similar to a smear test. I got a smear test done this year. I thought my smear test was easy breezy lemon squeezy. I was really lucky with my smear test. If you're 25 girlies, go get your smear test. It's very important that we get checked. I got my smear test and it was fine. It was fine. Like I was chatting away. Me and Annie was a young gal and we were just chatting about I don't know what. I actually think we were talking about our boyfriends while she was doing my smear test, and like I barely felt it. Felt really comfortable, felt absolutely fine. That was great. So I was thinking it's like a smear test, grand. A bit more painful than a smear test, that's grand. My smear test was so easy, so fine, so that'll be perfect. So I went to my doctor. I love my doctor. I've been to my doctor for years, so I totally trusted her. Was so okay. And then she sits me down. I was like, let's just talk through some things before we do it. Then I started to feel a bit faint. I'm very squeamish, especially about the female reproduction. Like I'm just squeamish. Like I used to have to walk out of health class in school. Like I just get squeamish. I think the coil has made me stronger though, but I just get quite squeamish anything about our little lady parts. They're so precious. They're all so tiny. So, you know, the poor ladies down there. So I need to stop talking. So yeah, okay, I just get squeamish about it. I'm squeamish in general, but especially about our little ladies, okay? So then she starts explaining, you know, doctors have to cover themselves, like what the bad things that could happen, like infection, like things like this. So I'm starting to get squeamish. I have a mask on and my doctor says, are you okay? I think my eyes were actually tearing. I actually felt a bit panicked. And I was like, oh, I'm fine, I'm just squeamish. So right then and there, I should have said, you know what? Can I take a breather? Can I go out and take a breather? Like I need to take a deep breath of air. But I didn't. I just said, oh, I'm fine. Let's just keep going. I lay down on the bed. Basically, the procedure is, my understanding of it is basically first, they measure you. So the thing goes up and it takes a measurement. Then they go up again and that's it being put in you. So my doctor is so lovely, explaining it to me, okay, now I'm gonna do this. She does the measurement thing and she goes, you might feel that, and I go, I could feel it like in my tummy, like my lower tummy, just like a pain, just like a really, really strong period cramp, but it was fine. I was like, that's fine, it's uncomfortable, but it's fine. And then the actual coil being put inside of me, shit hit the fan. I'm just not gonna lie, I don't want to scare anyone. Do not be scared, because I've heard of such easy breezy cover girl experiences of this, but I had no painkiller. I had nothing. I know some people do get. I would absolutely recommend getting some kind of painkiller, because this took it out of me. So she puts it in and honestly my whole body went into shock. I was cursing at my doctor. Fuck, oh my god, it's so sore. And I'm being really honest, I have a good pain threshold. But I was just not expecting. I actually wasn't really expecting much pain. And honestly, it did hurt me. So my body goes into shock. My hands and feet, pins and needles. I was going into like hyperventilation. Like trying to breathe properly. I couldn't breathe properly. And she was like, Sophie, breathe. My body just went into shock. And I was just like, take it out. And she was like, we can take it out. We can take it out. Don't panic. It can come back out. No problem. First, maybe I'll give you an injection. So my doctor injected me with painkillers, Difene and Buscopan. It felt like a long time. I'm sure it wasn't that long, but once the injections were put in my bum cheek, that helped so much. I totally calmed down. I could relax my body again. Like I couldn't get, like I kept being on my side, then on my back, then on my side, then I just couldn't, like my body just went into shock, to be honest. And after the injection that I could breathe again, I was fine. I was then laughing with her. I was like, I'm so sorry for all this dramatics. Like, I'm so embarrassed. Like, my mum would be in stitches laughing at me right now. Like, I'm so sorry. And then I was able to drive myself home. Like, I drove home, no problem. But I was crippled. I just got straight into bed. But again, I think it was more shock for me. I was definitely shocked. And I was going to Electric Picnic the next day, which is a camping festival, which obviously you might have seen. We did a vlog of it. So myself and Sam were going to Electric Picnic the next day, which I was thinking, am I even going to be able to go? But I was like, there's no way I'm not going, but what if I can't go? I went, I had a ball. I was absolutely fine. I got a few DMs like, Sophie, are you crazy going to Electric Picnic this weekend? I just had to wear pads. I was bleeding a good bit. I just had to wear pads. Pain wise, I probably drank through the pain. I didn't have much pain. And honestly, after Electric Picnic that week, I was fine. I really genuinely was fine. I could have done with 2 days in bed afterwards, but I was fine. So really, it was that night that was quite awful. And then I was up and back at it. I was ready to go. A little bit fragile, but absolutely fine. You know, you just need a bit of Panadol and you're good to go. I really hate to scare anyone. I know that story isn't ideal, but it's just the truth. And I think the takeaway from the story is just go in with pain relief. Like, I'm pretty sure you can be numbed or something, like surely, because that I just think it's so messed up that that's the procedure that women are put into that kind of pain. Like, I just think it's not right. So I would highly recommend taking painkillers or asking your doctor about if they can give you painkillers or whatever. It would definitely help. I probably should have got the painkiller injection beforehand or something, but anyway, so that was my experience of getting it. So, and my doctor personally, I'm not sure if this is the going thing, but my doctor told me not to use tampons for the month because she'll want to check the strains. I haven't got back to her to check the strains, but I've had no problems. After the experience, I felt a little bit traumatized that honestly, I was a little bit nervous to have sex. I was a little bit nervous even at the thought of a tampon. I wasn't going to use them anyway, but like, anything would make me a bit nervous. I was just a little bit like, oh my god, like I just couldn't get it out of my mind that there was a little coil inside of me. Like I kind of took a while to get over that. Now I'm absolutely fine. Now I can talk about it, no problem. But like, I spoke to my mom when I was getting queasy talking about it. I'm just a queasy person. So I think that's also why my experience just went to shit, because I'm just so queasy. That was a month ago. That was over a month ago now. So I can sit here now, and I almost had her take it out. I almost had my doctor. I was almost like, take it out, take it out, take it out. We didn't take it out, thank God. I'm so glad I didn't, because 150 euro down the drain and the 200 euro fee for getting it put in, oh my God. So I'm so glad I've kept it, because it has been perfect. I have felt amazing. I'm on my period now, like it's my data period. I'm not bleeding. If anything, I might spot, but no bleeding, no pains really, only like 1 or 2 cramps. I'm getting on really well. Now, I will probably do an update because it is still very new, but I just wanted to get this video out there because I did say I would, and a lot of people I know, a lot of girls my age are at this stage of like wanting to change and have questions about it. So I feel so much better. And sorry, I came off the pill. I did my last month of the pill, stopped the pill, got the coil. My doctor wanted me to continue the pill for another month for safety, contraception wise. But I was like, no, I'm just done with the pill. I'm not doing it anymore. I have felt amazing since coming off the pill and getting the coil. My mood is so much better. Even Sam feels like my mood is so much better. I wasn't a crazy bitch, but I definitely had my moods. I definitely had my moods that I didn't even realize. I feel so much happier. I feel so much lighter. I feel the water retention is gone. I don't feel swollen. I obviously, like, the weight gain is another thing. The weight gain wasn't, well, actually my appetite went back to normal, but I'm okay with my weight gain. It's like, I hate even saying that because the small bit of weight that I've put on, it's perfect, it's fine, it's healthy. I'm not like desperately trying to get rid of that. I'm a woman. We gotta love our bodies. You know, if your body needs nourishment, if your body needs more fuel, more food, that it's just so important that we give our bodies that. I just found that on the pill, I felt like my body image was diminishing, and I've spoken very openly about body image before. From the age of 10, I was very aware of my body. My dad told me I had a big belly. It just all triggered this whole obsession with my body from a really young age. So I've always struggled with body image. I think everybody does. It's a struggle for us. It's a struggle for us girls. I know men struggle with it too. It's a struggle for us girls. Periods don't fucking help because all the bloating, water retention, etc. So I just knew this year, I just felt like my relationship with my body, I had worked on it so much, and I just felt it deteriorating again. And I put it down to the pill. And it's not only the pill, it's also something I have to work on too. I'm always working on it. But coming off that pill, I feel amazing. I feel so much lighter, so much happier. My mood, everything, I just do feel so much better. I actually think your sex drive comes back. Like, it's all these things you might not even realize. I just feel so much lighter and happier. Now let's do some questions. So any side effects from the coil that I've experienced? Absolutely none. Other than the getting it in and the pain, that 24, 48 hours, no other side effects. I feel amazing. Did your skin break out? Okay, coming off the pill, did my skin break out? So it's been over a month. I've been told that the 6-month mark of coming off the pill is when it is so stormy outside. The 6-month mark of coming off the pill is when you might see skin breakout. I'm very lucky that even as a teen, I was lucky with my skin. So I've been okay, my skin's been okay. Few odd small little spots that I've definitely noticed that I have a few small spots that I didn't used to get, but that's fine. I'm not popping them, I'm not picking at them, I'm just letting them be. No, my skin for now, I've been very lucky, it's been a-okay. I've noticed a little change in little tiny spots that might happen, but no hormonal, nothing big deal. but I will definitely let you know if that changes, because I do know that hormonal acne can kick in for some people, adult acne, so a few months down the line. So we'll see. Which coil did I get? Marina. Where did I get it done? My GP. I would only trust my GP, she's a queen. Copper or hormonal? So Marina is hormonal. Copper is no hormones. I did just want a little bit of hormone. People I've heard about the copper, I had been, most of my DMs from you girlies actually said Marina. That was just, in my research, I thought Marina sounded best for me. How long downtime post insertion? So I should have spent the weekend having downtime in bed, but I went to electric picnic and drank the pain away. But I would say give yourself 48 hours, give yourself 2 to 3 days. Like you wouldn't want to be going into work the next day. You would not want to be, you know, I was going off and drinking, having fun. You would not want to be going into work the next day, or maybe for 2 days. Try to get work off if you're gonna do it. Us girls should get paid. If you have to miss a day of work for getting the coil, you should get paid for it, okay? So people are asking me to rate the level of pain. I don't want to give, you know what? Pain is so different for everyone. I think mine was more the shock. I think it was more of the shock that was bad for me, because I just didn't expect it. But maybe if you go in there thinking, oh God, this is gonna be bad, you might be happily surprised, pleasantly surprised. But because I thought it was gonna be as easy peasy as a smear, I was not pleasantly surprised, you know? I'll give the pain though, like, listen, like I have not given birth. Like, I hate rating pain because, you know, I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4. I'm giving 10 labor. I haven't done labor, but I imagine labor is 10 out of 10. I'll give it a 4. Is that fair? Oh, someone asked about hair. Girls, I actually think my hair is better. I actually think my hair is like growing. And my lashes, I don't know, but I'm also taking hair supplements. I'm also taking like a lot of vitamins, and I'm taking the Femme Fuels hair, skin and hair and nails supplements. So I don't know, but I don't know, just a lot about me feels better from after the pill, to be honest. Why did I decide to change? I think I kind of covered that. I was just 10 years of the pill. I was over it. I was over it. Sex drive, mine is non-existent on the pill. I didn't think mine was non-existent, and it wasn't non-existent, but being off the pill, I've realized, whoa, 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 you know, whoa. She's back, baby. Did I feel differently emotionally? Oh, actually, so sorry, my period is kind of around now, and the first day of it, which like in the diary, so no bleeding, so I just have to kind of go off how I'm feeling and the time of the month. I was an emotional wreck the other day on my period. I was an emotional wreck. I had a bad period. I do get mentally bad periods. I get pretty anxious, depressing thoughts on my period. But I just know they're gonna go away. I know it's not me. I'm able to be like, it's the period, it's not you, it's hormones, like you're fine. Other than that, on the pill, I could have an emotional day any day of the month, any kind of random spiral. But no, that feels gone. Maybe it's been a good month. It's another thing I'll update you on, but that feels like that's gone. I felt really stable all month long until my period, and that's fair. So did I get any spotting? I spotted for a week or 2 weeks, we'll say 2 weeks. I was spotting for about 2 weeks. The first week was heavy, second week was pretty light, and then it went away, and I haven't spotted since. And I haven't even spotted on my period. So maybe I could get spotting later on. Again, I'll let you know, we'll do an update, but so far, no. How's my mood? So much better. I think these are all pretty much the same. Just trying to make sure I've answered everything, but yeah, they're all kind of the same. Did you notice a difference in your weight and boob size? Yeah, coming off the pill, maybe it's just water weight, but definitely I do feel like I've dropped water weight, water retention. My boobs, yeah, a little bit. I just feel overall a little bit lighter on my feet and less bloated, less swollen is how I'd answer that. I don't measure myself. I just think measuring yourself can be such a trigger. So I don't like to measure myself, but so I just go off of how I'm feeling, and I feel much better. Okay girls, I think we've answered everything. If I've left anything out, we are gonna do an update, so don't worry. But DM me, ask me any questions below. We can chat about it below. We can start a little forum below where we can all go and it's a safe space and we can ask each other questions. But that's it. I hope I've covered everything, but I think that's it. I think that's answering everything that you've asked, and that was my story of it. Yeah. I really hope that helps. I really hope you learned something. I hope maybe it helps you feel better. I hope you're not scared. Don't be scared, because now that I've done it, if you're thinking about it, I'm really happy on it so far. So yeah, that's my experience of it. I love you so much. I'll see you in my next video. I see you in my likes, subscribes, and comments. I love you so much. Mwah! Love you. Bye.